Minister for Home Affairs Castries Francis has voiced his approval of the apparent progress on construction of a Hall of Justice. The recent demolition of the Royal Jail has expedited the move to afford the men and women in law enforcement a state-of-the-art police headquarters. Despite the uproar about a seeming breach of trust by government, Francis says the action was warranted.
No, I don't think there's any breach of trust. I think it was time that we started doing the work that we promised the police officers to put there. But I think while we're speaking about the prisons, we ought to put everything in perspective. And so I think we need to start with Dr. Kenny Anthony and his attitude towards the prison, and then we can do a follow-up story. And I would speak to that. But, like he said, and you've listened to other persons, that Dr. Kenny Anthony did the right thing by taking out the prisoners there and constructing bodily. So if we take that story in that perspective, then we can follow through, and I will give my comments about it.
The minister cited the now widely circulated speech by ex-Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony on the Royal Jail during the opening ceremony of the Bodiley Correctional Facility in 2003. The St. Lucia Labour Party has been accused of wanting to blow up the Royal Jail. However, it should be noted that Dr. Anthony's statements reflected the sentiments expressed by British lawmaker Lord Farrington in the 1950s.
These comments came from one Lord Farrington on his impressions on Her Majesty's prison. He described the Bridge Street prison as the, quote, perfect black hole of Calcutta, and noted that at least 4 incarcerated souls were made to occupy cells made for 2. That was in 1958. According to Lord Farrington, your jail is an abomination. This repugnant structure and system seems incapable of reform. The only remedy is to blow it up with dynamite, unquote. That was in 1958. Today we have not followed Lord Farrington's directive to dynamite the old prison out of existence. But we have taken a monumental step to ensure that we bring an end to the inhumanity which it sustained and facilitated.
Meanwhile, the media attempted to steer Francis back on course to the subject of the recent fate of the old prison. He declined to give additional details.
Functional prison. So what are the movies there now? We're talking about preserving an old space. Let's talk about that.
No, I've told you exactly my sentiments about the demolition of the prisons. I've given you my perspective. You will not be able to force me to say what you think that you want me to say.
The recent demolition has stoked fiery debate about heritage conservation and the quest for modernity, with many pundits, citizens and public officials weighing in on the controversy. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.